Hello, 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 hello. This is episode insert in post for the Floyd Nation podcast. I am Jason. I'm joined by Justin, Brendon, and Ray.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello.
Of all the people that I could have brought in today from the band, you guys said yes.
We are in the band.
No, I'm really stoked to have you guys here. It's always fun getting the rhythm section together and hearing the viewpoints from the melody, of the band. Missing Bob, but for the most part, in my opinion, the feeling from Pink Floyd comes from Gilmour's parts. Mm-hmm. And being biased as I am, I have two of the best players in the U.S. when it comes to Pink Floyd.
I thought you were
They're on their way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say in this room.
I didn't want to, just drop your replacements on you guys as we were going. But no, in all seriousness, no, they are in the room, and I mean that with all sincerity. Brendon Ray, you guys are, I use this analogy a lot. Liam Neeson from Taken, you guys have spent a lifetime building and amassing a set of skills that you have honed into what we have now.
You guys play your guitars like you own them.
Well,
yeah, I was saying,
almost the bank still has part of mine, but yeah, it's a part of our extension. It's a piece of us, and
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so give me the quick 30-second overview. Brendon Ray, what have you guys been up to lately? I know you've been busy little beavers.
Yeah, so we are right in the process of working on our Floyd Nation album. God, it's such a joy to be working on this project. Lots to do. Should I divulge kind of the nature of what we're doing?
Sure.
Yeah. So we went to Abbey Road in London back in January to pay tribute to one of our favorite albums of all time, the Wish You Were Here album, also on its 50th year anniversary. Mm-hmm. So we recorded that over at Abbey Road, and ever since then we have been busy in the studio finishing that up, adding to it, adding some original music to that, a lot of original music actually, and just making sure that we pay proper homage and tribute to this music.
Right on.
Yeah, it's been really great.
Yeah, we've been busy in a few different studios doing overdubs, guitar parts, sound effects. I mean, you name it. There's a lot of little things to be, that we're doing to help kind of, to get the finishing touches and the icing really on the record. But for the most part, the record is, been tracked, and it's actually, it's pretty amazing. It's hard because you're working on it, you're so close to it, then you have a few days away from it, and you listen back and go, oh yeah, this is just going to be amazing. We can't wait to release this into the world.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait. Justin, what have you been up to, my dude?
I've been just playing a lot of shows lately. I play locally in Southwest Florida with a band called Smokin' Aces, and so we're kind of just doing our Southwest Florida tour, just going from one place to another.
Right on, dude.
Making a living playing music.
Hell yeah.
They're amazing, by the way.
Amazing. Southwest Florida, I have to say, if you haven't seen Smokin' Aces, what are you doing? Because they're good.
If you like rock and roll, you will like our band.
Where can one see Smokin' Aces?
So every Thursday we're at Paradise Tiki in Cape Coral. Every Sunday we are in Lumber Axe, which is right next to the ranch in Fort Myers.
Oh,
and
cool.
then weekends are pretty...
Place.
Yeah, you can check on our Facebook, our website. We have all our dates posted there. So
right on.
Yeah.
Right on. So the last run we did, just a quick brief synopsis. We were in the Midwest, Illinois, Wisconsin area.
Amish country.
Amish country. Best fried chicken I've had in I don't know how long.
Oh yeah, it really was.
Yeah. But we, Ray and I spent some extra time in Marion beforehand, and wanted to touch on that a little bit. We had the crew up for a technical rehearsal, pretty much, where we had everything set up and started fine-tuning everything from lighting to audio, stage setup. Huge shout out to Sam, Rob, Mike, Phil, Travis, Ray. The amount of work that went in over those couple days was huge, and it's put us just that much closer to, being more efficient on the in, the out, which is even more important, as well as, making everything as best, the sound and look as best we can.
It was a chance for us to get a view of our show from the outside perspective, which I think was really important. None of us can see the show from the crowd's perspective ever, so it really got us a chance to do that, which we needed to do.
It was nice, great pre-production rehearsals, a lot of new gear, new lighting. We now have Phil for front of house. He had a chance to kind of get things going, and we got a brand new, rig, front of house and monitors, and it's been a nice big step up for us for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the great things about Phil is he brings his own rack of technology that really pushes us one step closer to an immersive sound experience, which is really cool.
Transformers.
Robots in disguise. So this is, I had set up a camera, during that tech, the tech days. This was during like the first look through of Shine with all the video stuff. The video behind us now is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, such a great addition, and we're really breaking the mold.
The rectangle, Mr. Rectangle.
It's nice. It allows us to kind of fit more, really. There's the quintessential Pink Floyd circle, but I think we've been able to kind of expand on that in a really nice way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of Shine, you guys just did an overdub and on the lead tone.
Yeah. Well, we did a lot, actually, that we can talk about. Maybe before we play a clip, it's worth saying. So, man, that introduction to Shine on You Crazy Diamond is just unbelievable, right? It's so elusive what's going on there. It's a feeling, And I think in terms of us presenting that to our audience, sound-wise, we're probably on our third or fourth iteration of all of those sounds, those combinations of sounds. It occurred to me not too long ago that introduction, that keyboard introduction, it's a lot simpler than you would think, but no less challenging to deconstruct. But it occurred to me that there's actually some wine glasses going on in there, and that's really kind of the vibe going on. I was listening one day, actually at a really low volume, which kind of helped me to really separate what was going on. And I heard very distinctly, like a Minimoog bass synthesizer thing. I heard these wine glasses, and then I heard kind of a high string synthesizer patch. I was like, it's really just a couple, 3 elements that are done really, really well. So I kind of, I went back to the drawing board, and we decided to go back into the studio, and we brought about 9 wine glasses with us, a pitcher of water, and we spent about 3 hours capturing, I think, about 9 different tones out of the wine glasses.
Who's we?
We, that was Bob Harris, the keyboard player.
Right on.
And myself, and actually we had our merch girl, Shelby, was assisting us in the studio that day. So we captured about 9 tones of the wine glasses. and I went back in the studio, edited that down, and created a playable synthesizer patch with that. Ran it through some Leslie speakers, gave it some motion, and kind of sat to reconstruct what I heard that day. Listening to that song probably for the 5,000th time, but, lights went off. So kind of reconstructed that, and so happy with the results. It's closer, really, than it's ever been. And that whole introduction to Shine Part 1, it's so much about how you feel when you listen to it. And that's been the big challenge and the joy of this album project is, sure, we can capture things that sound great, but can you sit back and get those sparks of feeling where you're like, just for a split second, you're like, wait a minute, am I listening to the original or am I listening to our version? And the closer we get to that, and the more of those little sparks that we get, the closer we get to completion. So, yeah.
It's not often I see you come alive like this when talking about different things, and I like your analogy of getting to the point where we're adding in those little sparks, because you bring that energy to not only Floyd Nation but to pretty much everything you do. There's the same bar in F5, the wedding band that that I'm currently in as your bass player, that Justin was in for a while with us. Ray, you've filled in, played some keys from different times, but the bar that has been set in Floyd Nation musically originates from the bar you set in F5.
Yeah, it really does, and I'm so thankful to have that opportunity to play in that band. The band is actually called Foreman's 5. We also call it F5. Foreman Productions, which is a local agency here in Southwest Florida, amazing agency, and we play some really great venues, weddings, country clubs, all that stuff. But yeah, it was really starting in that whole endeavor that taught me the professionalism and the excellence that's required to put on a high-end show, and we definitely brought that into Floyd Nation for sure.
Right on.
Yeah, I think from the start, the word feel, we would say it a lot, it has to feel right, and of course it's translating very well on the record. But that's always been kind of what we've been saying. We have to make it feel right. Everything else is just details unless it feels right. And then soon after we started getting comments using the word feel. And, so it's from the very beginning, that's been our goal, is to make sure it feels right. The way that we all felt when we first heard this stuff, as a young man, or woman, or dog.
How are you feeling
Dogs
today,
like
Ray?
Floyd,
Mm-hmm. Osiris likes Floyd.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Osiris is your dog, correct?
yes.
Okay. You have
Yes.
to tell people that.
Osiris is my puppy. We have Tracy and I now have a 10-month-old, 10-week-old, 11-week-old, whatever it is, mixture of a Shih Tzu and a Maltese. He was like 1 pound 5 ounces when we got him.
Mm-hmm.
We got him on a Wednesday, and then 2 days later, I was like, "Bye, love. I'm going on tour. See you in 10 days." But no, he's great. He's great. He's absolutely great. Thank you, Adrian, for setting that up and introducing him into our lives. And yeah,
Have you played dogs for your dogs?
dude,
Or for your dog?
of course, I played dogs on my album. The 50th or whatever the reissue that they did in 2018.
Oh, your record player, yeah.
On the I got that on vinyl, and I played that for him, and he walked out of the room. He's too young to get it. He came back in when the dog started barking predominantly.
That would be his favorite part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a little
He's a dog.
right. He's a dog. Yeah. Anyway, but the origin story of how you guys met is kind of fascinating.
Brendon and I? Yes.
Yeah, Brendon and you. Who wants to start on that story? How did you guys meet?
I guess I could, in the sense that from starting about 1996 or so, I started doing kind of a solo act, and it had a fairly big production. And Pink Floyd, of course, was my favorite band, so I would do a Pink Floyd set and did a lot of Floyd, music. And then, I guess through a mutual friend, this friend kept telling me, there's this guy you have to meet. You've got to meet this guy. He's a huge Floyd fan. He's got his own studio. He's like a mad genius kind of guy, right? And then on your end, the same thing, correct? You were
So that friend was Barefoot Gino, that we both know and love and we've played with. It was actually his cousin Lauren.
Yes,
from what I remember.
Right.
And my whole life as a musician, I've always been like the Floyd guy. I wasn't necessarily playing Floyd, but it kind of permeated into everything that I did. And one day Lauren comes to me and he says, I know a guy who loves Floyd just as much as you do. Go see him. And I did. And it was the Witch's Brew. Does that sound right?
The Sea Witch.
The Sea Witch down on Vanderbilt Beach. And I walked in and just sat down at a table and I was like, holy shit. Wow. This guy's good. Sounds good too.
Yeah, being the audio geek, I have to make sure I have all the right stuff and, make it work live. Even way back then. We probably shouldn't say how many years ago exactly that was.
It's probably 97, 98, I'd say. Okay. Probably 98.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how we met. I came to his place, and I remember even bringing in my rig, and we kind of had some fun with the guitar sounds. And at the time, I didn't know a lot about computer recording. I'd done multi-track recording at the time. So Brendon introduced me to that as well. And we had hours and hours and hours of fun working on original music, recording together. And it was a great time, great memories for sure.
Yeah, shortly after that meeting, Ray was actually working on his first original solo album. And he wanted some help producing and mixing and finishing that. So,
here's a picture of, I can't blow it up too big, but here's a picture of you and Brendon at the console.
Yep. Yeah, so Ray came in. He didn't have a lot of funds at the time to fix the album, but he had this amazing Irish acoustic guitar called a Loudon.
Northern Ireland, yep.
Yep. And I said, okay, fair trade. Let's go. Yeah.
Nice.
It was awesome.
Do you still have that guitar?
I don't. Oh. I wish I did.
Shouldn't have asked him that question. He's going to be upset now.
It's okay. I like to poke.
But we do have a recording of that guitar. As a matter of fact, one of the first songs that Ray and I worked on together was our version of Mother. That's on his solo album, which, by the way, is called Catch the Moment.
Let's see if it'll play.
Never gonna give you what.
Whether do you think they'll drop the bomb?
Memories.
Whether do you think they'll like the song? Whether do you think they'll try to break my balls? Trust the government. Oh, mother, will they put me in the firing line? Is it just a waste of time? Hush now, baby, baby, don't you cry. Mama's gonna make all of your nightmares come true. Mama's gonna put all of her fears into you. Mama's gonna keep you right here under her wing. She won't let you fly, but she might let you sing. Mama's gonna keep baby cozy and warm. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, babe. Ghost mama's gonna help build the wall.
Nice. Some good memories there.
Yeah. Great sounds. Great sounds. I forget, I forget how good of a song it is until I hear it again. Mother.
There's a lot of Pink Floyd songs like that.
Yeah.
They'll fall off and you hear them again. You're like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then study it again.
Yeah.
So it's been, ever since then, it's just been, you guys have had that connection, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, for sure. As a matter of fact, I remember back in those days, I kept saying to Ray, let's put together a Pink Floyd band. Ray was always busy. He's always playing with everybody and doing his own thing.
Yeah.
I talked to him a year later. Hey, dude, let's do a Pink Floyd thing. That went on for, I don't know, 15, 20 years. Maybe. And then...
Only because I knew the production would be insane, and
Yeah.
it's amazing how much we've put into this thing, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing, and here we are today. It's been an amazing experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And there's going to be another episode where we'll, I think the two of you guys, Bob and Will, are going to go deeper into tones and things like that. So we'll save the deeper discussions for all of that stuff.
It's dudes in a room.
Just, so 4 dudes in a room talking gear and nerding out. Actually, be 5 dudes in a room
5 dudes in a room.
Wow.
with a voyeur in the background just watching.
Nice.
Who's filming? Oh, never mind.
Same guy.
You boys ain't right.
We're not. So now we're talking origin stories. So Justin, you and I met back in 2015,
Yeah, it was,
16?
it was probably 14, between 13 and 15.
Yeah.
I can't really.
Big thank you and much love to Chris Casdia for giving me the opportunity to play with him in his band, the new vinyls when we did Thursday nights at the cottage on the beach.
Yeah, we used to play the cottage on Fort Myers before it got wiped off the map. And that was the coolest place to play.
It was, dude. It was. Thursday they had local bands, trios, 7 nights a week. But for whatever reason, Thursday nights at the cottage it was the night to be there.
Well, it was the wild card night. It was when everyone would first get there. So if there was like a wedding in the weekend, they'd fly in Thursday night, and the first place they go is like a local bar. And so it was just always a circulating crowd every Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And we were also in a band that didn't play the normal beach stuff. Like Chris was encouraged to play his own stuff to stand out on the Thursday night.
Yeah.
And so what everyone else was playing, the beach standards, your Jimmy Buffett's and your Sweet Home Alabamas, we never touched any of it. And so people wouldn't know what they would get coming in on a Thursday, and then they could hear the rest of the weekend you can hear your beach jams.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a lot of fun, running a lot of different crowds every Thursday.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And then I've seen your progression through that band, and then joining up with A200. When they were running around. Now you're with not only us, but with drawing a blank here.
That's one of them.
Yeah, that band.
Smoking Aces.
Smoking Aces.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's funny about Thursdays, huh? Because interestingly, Thursdays. I'm going to hand this over to Ray in a minute, but I used to play at the pub in Naples on Thursdays. And I mentioned Barefoot Gino before, and Barefoot Gino, I didn't start playing music live until I was 39 years old, maybe 40. I was a late bloomer when it came to playing live, and thanks again to Barefoot Gino, because he had a really well-established solo act, and he allowed me to kind of sit in with him. He would do the whole trigger the drum beats and play bass pedals. That was really his thing. That's why they called him Barefoot Gino. And did a lot of Grateful Dead and Fish and jammy type stuff. So it was really a natural kind of opportunity for me to just kind of bring my electric guitar, sit in and noodle over what he was doing. And that developed into a really successful, actually, duo called Barefoot and Brendon. And we had about a 3-year run there at the pub when the pub in the Mercado was new. So there was a lot of energy just from that. Gino started going up to Lake George, New York during the summer, just looking for more musical opportunities because it gets so damn slow around here. And then so Ray would come and sit in with me for the summers, and that was its own animal, you know, and it was amazing. I mean, talk about, you know, creating on the fly. That was lovely stuff. And as a result of that, Ray actually met his wife.
That's right.
Yeah, she was a fan.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, he went out of town. Can you replace and then, you know, sit in and met my wife there that particular night. So
wow,
that's boy, am I grateful for that.
Right on. Let's see, what else do we have to play?
Yeah, so we have, you know, we were talking about Shine Part 1 a minute ago. And then so, you know, as we're on the, you know, 4th or so iteration of that, you know, redeveloped the synthesizer sound for that, going back to the original Minimoog and kind of figuring all that out. And then just recently I went into Ray Nesbitt's studio, Ray Nesbitt Audio, just with an amplifier and a lovely little guitar pedal that Jason actually let us borrow that maybe sat there for about a year. And actually I asked you, I said, Ray, do you have a tube screamer? Because I wanted to push the front end of my amp a little bit to try to nail that Shine On Part 1 guitar solo. It's just so clean, but so much bloom and so much meat and body to it. So maybe I pushed the amp a little bit with a tube screamer. And he went looking for his tube screamer for like 10 minutes and couldn't find it. And there's that little Morning Glory JHS pedal sitting there. So let's try that. Oh man, was that an amazing pedal. I wound up using that on the entire Shine 1 through 5 performance for each guitar part, just adjusting the knobs, you know, to get a more gain, less gain, more high end, less high end, and worked out really, really nicely.
That was a happy accident there. Oops. Yeah.
Nice. Again, thanks to Chris for not only discovering that, but selling me that pedal.
Right?
So
I loved it so much I bought another one. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, now you have 2 on your board.
Well, one for me, one for Ray.
Okay.
There you go.
It's the magic. It's actually like, And shout out to Bob Harris for playing that keyboard solo.
Man with magic fingers.
The Fangas.
We should play our version after this.
The emotion that stirs up is incredible. And I was thinking about, like, everybody, you know, the millions and millions of Floyd fans, they all have that same experience that I was just feeling. You know, it's just, there's so much attached to that vibe, and Brendon played it brilliantly.
Thank
just
you.
so good.
And it's worth saying, you know, I know there's a lot of people out there patiently awaiting the album release, and you know, it's taking a little bit longer than expected, but it's because of that. It's because we're not letting it out the door until we're able to individually and collectively have those moments where we're not sure if it's Pink Floyd or if it's Floyd Nation. You know, we want to capture that emotion, you know, and that doesn't necessarily mean we're trying to play everything note for note, because we have definitely taken our own approach to a lot of moments on that album. But equally, those moments should give you that feeling like, wow, you know, maybe would Pink Floyd have done that? Maybe I could buy that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's definitely a part of the process.
Right on. Speaking of process, you know, it was, I think, towards the end of last year, you guys started adding in a little jam session before we do Run.
Yeah.
Run Like
It's probably been a few years. I remember it specifically. You know, we have some extra time. Looking at our time clock, we have some extra time. Ray, why don't you go out and improvise something before Run? And then we said, let's have Ray and Brendon. It started off kind of like as a guitar battle, but it never ended up to being that. But
it's because Brendon's a lover, not a fighter.
That's right. So we don't even know. We never think about what we're going to do. It's just every time we do it, it's different. And then, which also makes it, sometimes it's amazing, sometimes it maybe not be as quite as amazing, but you know, I mean, that's the way it works, right? When you're improvising, and when you get to those magic places, you know, it's pretty special. And we've had a lot of really amazing special moments on stage together, and we're just having a blast doing it, for sure.
Yeah, it's great. One of my favorite times of the night, for sure.
This is from Shipshawana.
Yep.
That was a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Great show.
Mm-hmm.
Great town, great venue. Oh my God, I took so many photographs of that venue. There's probably no less than 2,000 guitars on the walls in that venue. It was really special, and you wouldn't know it. It's just in the middle of Amish country, and there's this giant barn, and
in Shipshawana, Indiana.
Shipshawana, Indiana, and everybody.
Very modern.
Everybody's played there. I mean, you name it, they've been there.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back.
Clearly, people are coming from miles and miles away to
by horse and buggy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing to do.
All right. So without further ado, here is Brendon Ray's duo.
I like it when the guitar goes boingy boing. Q-ray. But anyway, never the same twice, folks.
No, but that was a special one because there were some themes that emerged that night that emerged for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and although they weren't maybe executed perfectly, I see where they're going to go, and it's going to be nice. Yeah, it's good. It's in the bag.
Cool.
Little Easter egg there, folks. So yeah, that's awesome. What else do we have on the menu, guys? We talked about origin stories. We talked about
Life, music,
Life.
Pink Floyd.
We talked about Osiris. I think we should talk about what we got coming up.
Sure. Wow. Fucking the bump on my knee, that's coming up.
We're super excited to present all of our new toys, our new lighting, our new personnel, new songs. Our opener is from, I don't know, am I allowed to say what our opener is?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's
this.
frightening because everybody's attention is, and there's so much space and you're so exposed and it's so dynamic and it's just it's intoxicating. Like towards the middle of that song, you're just shaking because it's just so intense. Can't wait for everybody to see it and hear it and feel it.
Yeah, that's true. It's ballsy for sure.
It is.
It's a vibe. And on the topic of new songs, I just want to make sure that we're really clear about this. When we release our album, it's going to be about 15 minutes minimum of original material on there. And this is just the beginning for us. We have a plan. We're going to be releasing more original music in the years to come, and it's going to be an absolute joy. And it's going to, if I dare say so, it's going to fill your need for hearing Pink Floyd. Some fresh type music.
Cool.
Kind of those Floyd vibes.
Nice to meet you guys. Nice to meet you.
We have so much fun on stage. Turn around and everybody just smiles, and it's just so great.
I think my favorite is when I catch you and you're just head back,
Yeah.
You know, that
eyes
is
closed, head back.
that's worth unpacking, I think, just a little bit here.
Okay.
You know, there are other Floyd tributes out there, you know, and everybody knows that who's listening right now. And some of them are good, you know, but do you see that? Do you see them grinning from ear to ear and looking at each other like, what the hell is going on right now? You really don't, you know, and that's a huge reason why you want to come check out Floyd Nation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's something going on there that's different.
We are definitely in the moment and looking down at the audience. So are they. It's really intoxicating just to be up there and be part of that moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's healing.
I equate it to volleyball. You know, there's a ball of energy that the crowd collectively throws up into the air and throws it to us. And collectively as a band, all 9 of us take that ball of energy and add our own energy back to it and throw it back up and smack it back to them. You know, and we do that for a couple hours, you know, every night we get to go play. So it's, yeah.
I think in the forum of Pink Floyd tribute production, alongside of paying proper homage to the music properly, you know, we are definitely unique in that form in terms of the experience that we share with the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, we're looking forward to bringing that unique shared experience coming up in October. Justin, where are we going to be?
October 2nd, we will be at the Chevalier.
Yeah.
All right, let me start that over.
It's French.
October 2nd, we will be at the Chevalier Theater in Medford, Massachusetts.
You know what's going to be awesome about that show? It is not only Tanisha's birthday, October 2nd, but it's Tracy's birthday. And Tracy and I are flying up a little early. We're going to go hang out in Boston, and she's joining us for that show. So that'll be fun.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to put something out there too. If anybody from the area is listening right now, we're calling out you Berkeley guys and gals. You know, this is the band for you. You know, we're gonna satisfy some of those feels that you're looking for just with the musicianship and all that. So, if you're listening and you're a Berkeley College of Music student, come on out and check us out, please. Introduce yourselves. We'd love to meet you. Nice.
Yeah.
And then also October 3rd, we will be at Penn's Peak in Jim Thorpe. Thorpe. That's what I said. Oh, the P was silent. Jim Thorpe.
The P is silent.
Pennsylvania.
That's what she said.
That is one of my personally favorite venues.
It's a great venue
to go to. I mean, it's kind of a hangout spot for musicians.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got a huge green room in the back. It's a giant stage. It feels like you walked into a giant like log cabin. It's just built for musicians.
It's amazing.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful view outside. You're right up on top of a mountain, and us Florida boys don't get a chance to see that kind of view too often. So it's a great place.
Yeah, it's kind of breathtaking when we get to it. And I think that's going to be our 3rd time up there.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, I'm really excited. Our friend Brendon, Chris Polina, and his son are going to come out and see us.
Yeah, I wanted to mention they're actually going to come out and they're going to camp. You know,
Yeah.
and they're going to check us out, and I would encourage anyone else. You know, again, Penn's Peak is kind of out in the mountains, so
Yeah,
if you have an opportunity to get away for a day or two, and you just want to take in nature, you want to experience some Floyd, it's the perfect opportunity for that.
Big shout out to Chris Day. He recently he's a vocalist from Southwest Florida, just recently moved up to the PA area. So bands in Pennsylvania, if you are looking for a vocalist, check him out. And I'm looking forward to seeing both Chris and Deb when they come out on to Penn's Peak. Where are we on the 4th?
October 4th, get out your kilts, y'all. We're going to the Scottish Rite Auditorium in Collingsworth, New Jersey. So come hang out with us. Get Irish with us.
That's a great venue.
Sorry, get Scottish with us.
I was just there a
One or
few
the
months
other,
ago.
yeah.
It's an awesome venue.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that
It's just right outside of Philadelphia on the Jersey side. It's an amazing spot.
right on? Is that a venue? Is the stage in the round there?
No.
No? Okay. I'm thinking of something else now.
Yeah, so a couple of us may be taking the opportunity at the Scottish Rite Auditorium to maybe don our kilts. So, you know, I'm going to leave that as a surprise. That's on October 4th. So, you know, why not?
Wow.
Why not?
No.
Yeah.
It's good exposure.
All right. My friend Hamish needs to help me find the right. I undo a kilt. So, but Hamish, help me out, buddy.
Right on. Then on October 5th, that's a Sunday, we're going to be in D.C. at the Lincoln Theater. It's going to be a banger of a show. Pun intended.
Okay.
Too soon.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited for that one. My brother and sister-in-law, Jason and Annie Nance, are coming out to see the show. It'll be the first time they're seeing it, and huge Floyd fans as well.
Yeah, what a great opportunity to play in the nation's capital. We're really looking forward to that. Encourage y'all to come see us there. It'll be an amazing experience for you.
Yeah.
And for us.
Yeah. Then moving forward, Justin.
I like how I just have to point out that he's reading everything off of my paper, which is upside down on the opposite side of the table, and I can see you reading it upside down when you have the exact same thing in front of you.
No, I have the November shows in front of me.
Oh, man, that would have been so funny. I was like, man, he's just making it hard for himself. Okay. October 22nd, we will be at Ferguson Center for the Arts Newport News. For the Ferguson Center. Sorry, I forgot how to read all the time. I think mine's upside down. October 22nd.
Looks like the city is called Newport News, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we're going to be in
Yeah.
Newport News, Virginia on October 22nd
He is good at reading upside
at
down.
the Ferguson Pack and the Ferguson Center Performing Arts Center. It's going to be a fun time. We have a choir coming out for that one, which is always fun. You know, it's a moment that these kids get to experience, you know, that, you know, they wouldn't normally get to, you know, to be able to be on stage with a rock band.
And what's the choir going to be doing?
They're going to be, well, that's a surprise. You'll have to,
You'll
join
have
us.
to come to the show.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Backing up, going back to October 2nd in Medford, we have the Medford School of Rock joining us.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
To join us on stage as our choir for that one. Then let's see. Back into October. I'm just taking over everything.
No, you're good, dude. That's
sorry.
what you'll be able to read it.
No. So shout out October 23rd. We're going to be at the Francis Marion University Performing Arts Center in Florence, South Carolina. Big shout out to Tyler Bender, who is the assistant baseball coach and recruiting coordinator for the Patriots baseball team. Looking forward to seeing you there. Then we're going into, you know, before I moved to Florida for 6 months, we lived in New York, and then the cusp of 89 into 90, we spent 6 months in Surfside, South Carolina, which is it's like Cape Coral to Fort Myers, you know, distance between Myrtle Beach and Surfside. So that'll be an interesting thing. I haven't been back since 90. Then we're on the 24th, we're going to be in North Myrtle Beach at the Alabama Theater. Interesting name for a theater in South Carolina.
Myrtle Beach, beautiful, beautiful town. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
The 25th, we're going to be in Greensville, Tennessee at the Niswonger Performing Arts Center. And I double-checked that spelling.
Niswonger?
Yeah. I even had Siri pronounce it for me.
Don't pronounce it Wong.
That is a healthy October run, folks. If you're in any of those areas, please come out and see us. You won't regret it. It's going to be
And then
a great time.
Big shout out to the new and best undiscovered car detailer and paint correction tech in Tennessee. You know, my friend Chris Early, he and his wife and family just moved out to Tennessee. You know, if you're a car club enthusiast or a car enthusiast, or you're in a car club and have a nice vehicle, don't sleep on Bean Station Auto Detailing. Hope to see Chris and his family out at the show. It'll be fun. November.
Get it.
Yeah, November's huge.
November's huge.
Loving it. It's our Florida month.
So obviously we're a Southwest Florida based band. Our hometown show this year is going to be at the Seminole Casino in Immokalee on November 15th. I believe tickets are still available. If you haven't gotten them yet, I'm disappointed in you, specifically. Not you as a person, but just your actions and your lack of responsibility and accountability.
You know who you are.
Get on that if you want to come to that show, and I hope you do if you're listening locally. We have a lot of fans in the area. Thank you for that. Those tickets they're selling fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but let's back up to the beginning of that run for November. So we're going to the Villages November 13th. We're starting off at the Tracy in the Villages. It's our second time there. Thank you to Victory Productions for bringing us back. We had a great turnout last year.
Amazing.
Yeah. It is a great venue tucked away in just a cool retirement community. We all know what the Villages is. So
Giggity.
Hey, now.
So November 13th, the Tracy in the Villages. 11/14, we're going to Fort Lauderdale over to the Parker Playhouse. Keith Hinson, thank you so much for bringing us down there. He moved out and took over the buying for the Parker, and he originates from the Orlando area. So we're gonna get to see him again and get to bring out our traveling Floyd show to the East Coast again. So if you've seen us on the East Coast, which would mainly be in West Palm Beach at the Kravis Center, come see us in Fort Lauderdale on the 14th. We talked about the 15th at the Seminole Casino. Then we're going over to the 16th. We're going to the Peabody Auditorium in Daytona Beach. So that'll be our first time there. It's close to Jacksonville. It's not too far away from Jacksonville. It's just outside of that radius clause zone. But it'll be a great opportunity to not only see us. If you're in Jacksonville, come see us in Jacksonville. But think about coming to see us beforehand in Daytona Beach. Because why not?
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Daytona's a fun town.
It is. I haven't played there yet. I'm glad we're doing it in this capacity.
Mm-hmm. Floyd Nation coming to Daytona Beach.
Right? I feel truly spoiled with the level of gigs that we get to play.
Mm-hmm.
Side note, it's I'm really happy and thankful for what we've built so far. I'm really excited to see what we're going to have coming with with what we build in the future. I'm really glad that everybody that is in the band, we couldn't have a better person in that spot, in my opinion, and that includes you three.
Includes you, Jason.
I'm just glad to be in the room, man. Going back then we come home after the 16th, spend a couple days hanging out, and then we're going up to Pensacola on the 20th. It's our second time there at the Sanger Theater. If you saw us in the Sanger Theater in Alabama, come see us.
Mobile, yeah.
In Mobile. Come see us in Pensacola. It'll be a good show. Fun times. 21st, we get to go over to Jacksonville and see Kevin Stone over and everybody else at the Jacksonville Florida Theater in Jacksonville.
Such an amazing theater.
Love that place.
Love playing there.
Yeah. Love that place. The history, and Kevin and the Florida Theater are part of that, OG crew for us.
Yeah, they're great. They're amazing.
Kevin gave us one of our first big starts and breaks, for a theater booking. When he and I talked on the phone in the prior band, he goes, I have Brit, Aussie, a laser light show, a local band from Georgia that comes over, and like another Jacksonville-based Floyd tribute that plays here on occasion. I'm not bringing you here. And that was like 5 years ago. And I said, cool. I can't wait to shake your hand and meet you on stage when I'm performing there, which I did when the first time we played there. Fast forward to now, this will be our, third or fourth time?
Fourth.
Fourth.
Yeah.
Up to Jacksonville, yeah.
That's right.
it's gonna be it's gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be fun.
And I believe Kevin was instrumental in getting us into the next venue that you're going to talk about.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ruth Eckerd Hall, one of my favorite venues to play at. Ruth Eckerd Hall in Clearwater. Ray, what are your thoughts on that venue?
Well, believe it or not, my first thought is the catering. It's amazing.
Oh, man. Yeah.
It's like, and everybody, I've been on other tours with other bands and stuff, and everybody always talks about the catering there, so I thought I'd bring that up. But yeah, it's classic. I mean, I remember for years I've went to see so many great shows there myself. I saw Yes there a bunch of times. And just to be in that room is honestly, it's an honor.
Led Zeppelin has played at Ruth Eckerd Hall. I mean,
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
it's special.
Yeah.
It really is.
I did not know Led Zeppelin played there. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's also a great vantage point for the musicians because the stage the room kind of goes up pretty sharply. So we've got just all those people.
Yeah, there is
right-
not a bad
right
seat
in
in
our
the house.
face. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Great room.
I would not suggest like standing up and dancing at the top because you may fall. But
Do what you want, folks.
That's
Have
your
fun.
own
Right,
risk.
yeah.
Rumor has it, I know we'll see Kendall Patrick there. Ariel might be flying down, which will be cool.
Kendall Patrick, she is part of the Your Friday Morning Floyd podcast that you can find on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
All things Pink Floyd. They play a lot of our stuff. So thank you for that.
Right on. Yeah, and then also big shout outs to Eric and Victoria Rubietta, Jason Kite. I know I'm forgetting others, but you know, the gist is those of you that I named off, those of you I've forgotten to name off that have been to a bunch of shows, we couldn't do what we do without you guys, without everyone who, you know, spends your hard-earned money to come see us perform. You know, 9 people from Southwest Florida, Southeast United States, to perform music.
And, you know, I want to put something out there. Speaking of Southwest Florida, you know, we have a great fan base here. We played a gig in Fort Myers, Barbara B. Mann, about a year and a half ago. And it was just amazing. I mean, we practically sold it out. We were maybe 50 seats shy of selling it out. And it's been a good year and a half, and we would love to go back there. So all of our Southwest Florida fans who are listening, call them up and say, hey, we want our Floyd Nation.
Maybe a little picket line, you know, something, you know.
The squeaky wheel always gets the grease. It's a great point, Brendon.
Yeah. I want to give one more quick shout out here. You know, we talked about a couple of our sponsors, and we appreciate our sponsors so much. And you know, we have a new one that bears mentioning. Tide Cleaners here in Southwest Florida have graciously they take care of all of our dry cleaning, make sure that our stage clothes are cleaned and pressed before every show. So thanks so much for that.
Yeah. It's always you know, good because I sweat so much. I don't know why that was pertinent info. I was trying to come up with a response, and it failed.
Yeah, man, you're sweaty.
There
you go.
Yeah.
Antiperspirant.
I'm going to scoot my chair over a little bit.
I said
Making me all
sweaty,
sweaty.
not. Oh, okay.
If 4 dudes in a room, man, we're about to get sweaty.
That's right.
Just yeah.
It's on.
So all right, the single, it's out. Welcome to the Machine.
Welcome to the Machine, Redux.
You can purchase it through Apple Music. You can stream it through Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, all of your, main
All of the streaming platforms.
All the streaming platforms.
Yeah, search for Floyd Nation. It'll come up.
Yep. Here's where you guys can come in, and this is a call to action for the Floyd Nation community. Listen to the song, please. Get the streaming numbers up. Start adding it to playlists. The more that song, the music that we put out, you know, after we're done recording it, the more attention it gets, the better it goes through the algorithm. The more people get to see it, and the more places and people get to experience Pink Floyd, a la Floyd Nation.
Yeah, for sure. And it's worth mentioning that, that's the first single that we've put out. We have definitely put our own spin on it, I think, in a very honest tribute to Pink Floyd and to Floyd Nation. Mm-hmm. And that song also happens to be the first song that we put together as a band. That was kind of our, proof of concept. After seeing another fairly successful Floyd tribute that I'm sure you've heard about, I went home and I said, okay, if I can develop sounds for this song and make it sound right, then I'm going to move forward with trying to put together a Pink Floyd tribute.
Yeah, I remember that. The challenge.
That was the personal challenge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it took me about 2 weeks. And in the middle of that process, I actually had heard that there was a local Pink Floyd tribute that Jason actually happened to be in. And that was around the same time that I reached out and I said, maybe we should join forces. And
guess who he called and said, hey, let's go see those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And there we were.
Yeah, that's the genesis. That is the genesis song for Floyd Nation, and that's our first single, so please check it out.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, we are truly proud of that song, proud of that recording, proud of the experience. Just proud of this band and everything we've done in such a short time period. Want to thank Vox Studios for having us out. Peter, thank you so much for engineering. Justin, Brendon, Ray, thank you guys for joining me here.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Looking forward to next time. Next time is going to be the deep dive into audio geekdom. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah, I'm not going to be here for that one. That's
all of you tone freaks out there. When you want to know, what really makes us tick, how the engines run, how we build these sounds from the ground up and these feels. That's going to be all about that.
Yep, we buy them from Temu.
Temu tones.
Like I said, we'll get more in depth on the next episode, but I want to put this out there. Everything that Floyd Nation presents on stage has been composed from the ground up. We are the epitome, if I may say so, of authenticity. That's been our directive since day one. We're not going to start with anything preset, no factory presets, no stock tones, anything like that. Everything is built from the ground up.
That's right. I don't even have stock pickups.
I think I have my 10,000 hours just in trying to get these tones right.
You have multiple 10,000 hours, and not only the tones, but the production for the behind the scenes, the first rig for our front of house and monitor rig, and then the second, and now the third.
It's a good thing I enjoy the journey very much.
Yeah, and remember, folks, just think, what would Charlie Sheen do in this position?
Current Charlie Sheen or 10 years ago?
No,
Charlie
definitely current. Definitely
Oh,
current.
okay.
Definitely current, yeah. I think that's it.
All right.
Anything else you guys want to add?
No, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
You where you at this week, Justin? With, Smoking
Thursday,
Aces?
Paradise Tiki. Somewhere Saturday, somewhere Friday. Sunday, probably Lumberjacks. I live my life 1 week at a time.
Well,
we'll find out.
We have exactly, I think, 2 weeks until we hit the road. In those 2 weeks' time, one more quick shout out: we will be at Dream Studios in Alva, tracking a few more elements for our original music that will be on our upcoming album.
Right on.
Yeah.
Do you have any gigs coming up locally?
No, these are my gigs right now.
Right on, dude.
Yeah.
Ray.
Yeah, it's the same with me, recording studio, getting the studio tan, So pretty much in there working on lots of things, but more specifically, Floyd Nation.
Just in the name of sharing the joy and the local love and joy, Ray and I recently both had an opportunity separately to play at the Sugar Shack which is a new venue in Bonita Springs, and what an amazing venue. I mean, these are guys like us, just audio guys, audio nerds who decided, let's build a musical community, where we can bring in.
Yeah. So proud of those guys, man.
Yeah.
Because I knew them, when they were first getting cameras and getting their, before their show had even started at their house there, and now they're at this place. It's just so amazing
It's
to
beautiful.
see the local boys. Local boy does good, right? They're just they're amazing. What a great venue.
I think I'm actually there this weekend. I think I'm there on Saturday.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
they're doing like a big Battle of the Bands thing right now.
Ooh.
And, they were headlining the Battle of the Bands.
Nice.
Awesome.
What are we, 18 again?
So I think some of them are. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right on. All right. Well, this has been the Floyd Nation podcast, episode number 3, 4, or 5, depending. You can make up your own mind collectively. Thank you very much, everyone, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.